Hi everybody. Welcome to the second part of the Persuasive oral presentation lecture. Sorry about the sound that you hear other than my voice because something is happening at my office right now. So we've covered the possible scopes of proposal and but what are the guidelines for a sales presentation? Here are some of the items which you might consider when you're doing the persuasive presentation or sales presentation. Establish customer relationship, be very cordial, be open, be approachable. Always put your customers' needs first, not yours. Don't make it obvious that you have like a mission, to sell something or to hit a particular target, right? But you must always say that you are doing this for them. Okay, this is what it means by putting the customer's needs first and you are servicing them. So when you do that, people will think that that you are really genuine and what you sell or what you are suggesting is something that they really need. Okay. Next, you try to listen to your customers. How do you do that? It's by actually just imagining how you feel as a customer faced with a particular problem. So normally people will consider money, how much money they have, if they are able to spend or not. Or maybe you think about if they have enough time. Things like that. Okay, this next item here is something very interesting. It's to emphasize the benefits but not features. Okay, for instance, if let's say you want to suggest to people to buy an iPhone rather than a Samsung, you don't tell them about the particular feature or it's faster or it doesn't lag or things like that, because sometimes it doesn't matter to a customer, especially those who are not into technicalities. So what you can say to them are say that you will you will feel that everything is more simplified. You do not waste a lot of time. You won't be frustrated. Okay, not wasting time, you won't be frustrated. Those are all benefits which the audience or a customer would get when they use an iPhone rather than a Samsung, because Samsung has been known to lag. You know what I mean? So don't talk about lagging, but say, it's going to be faster for you. You'll be very happy with its performance. It's something that will not disappoint. Okay, so emphasize the benefits. Then use effective closing strategy. So what are effective closing strategies? They are normally something that will really make the audience think really, really hard. So it's like the punch, the last punch. Like, what are the things that you would say that would actually get them to, oh, I see the point now. Okay, it can be like coming up with something really impressive that will get them to think really hard and consider buying your product. Okay, so let's move on. Right, next. Okay, so let's move so just now we finished talking about proposal presentations and sales presentation. Yes, I do sales presentation. So now let's move to way too back. Okay, those were the two different types of presentations that you can offer for your assessment. Proposal presentation or sales presentation, not motivational speeches and not goodwill speeches. Okay, right. Next will be persuasive speaking techniques. Yeah, ethos, that means to maximize your credibility. Yeah, let's see what it says. Ethos. For ethos, yeah, it's basically credibility is the extent of the audience's belief and respect for you. Yeah, so you need to demonstrate your competence. How do you prove to the audience that you are the right person? You know what I mean? So you need to tell them how much you know about the product. And it's not just how much you know about the product or the service, but tell them how involved you are and how and what qualification you have that makes you the right person to talk about the product or the service. Okay, that is to demonstrate your confidence. There you go. Yeah. You might want to tell them about how much time you have spent using the product or certain statistics or facts that you know about it, that you've held certain posts, yeah, in university, so on and so forth, and basically that, yeah, demonstrate how competent you are and how much how involved you've been with this particular product. Okay, that's basically demonstrating your competence. Huh? Okay, remember, this is all on ethos. Earn your audience's trust by being honest and impartial. Okay, so you need to tell them that there are weaknesses or in something positive as well as negative part of positive and negative aspects of your product that you're trying to share with them, but don't say that you do not have that, that it does not have any negative negative qualities, because most of the time there's maybe just one or two. Okay, but you need to own up. If let's say they say, but if let's say someone in the audience were to tell you that, oh, I'm not going to use this product because it has been known to have a very short lifespan, okay, battery lifespan or something like that. So rather than denying it, you say, yes, I do admit that this product has a short lifespan, but the productivity of this product is way better or goes beyond the productivity of products of the same category. Although it has a short lifespan, it can be used over and over again with just a change of the batteries, for instance. Okay, so you be honest even if they encounter something negative about the product that you want to sell to them. Impartiality, that means okay, sorry about that. Just have a slight glitch here. So the next part here is emphasize similarity to the audience. Yeah, the audience will usually listen to you if you share similarities with members of the audience. For example, your friends will be more inclined to listen to you if you all share similar courses or backgrounds. Yeah, and why is that? Now, these similarities would mean that you are likely to understand their feelings, thoughts, and problems better, thus are suitably qualified to talk about a mutual topic. Okay? But But actually, did I cover impartiality? If I hadn't, so what is impartiality? It is the second element of trustworthiness. Yeah, if an audience senses that you have a personal gain in your proposal, that means you're gaining something for your benefit, just for your benefit, then you might be perceived as selfish and even dishonest. If this is unavoidable, then cite impartial third parties to boost your credibility. For example, you may convince your lecturer to give you additional marks for your assignment if you can show that your answer is also acceptable by citing credible sources, which are in line with university standards. So share with them that, what you're doing is basically for them, and not just because for you to make a sale or a percentage of the cost that they'll be putting up front. All right. So that's the continuation, yeah, for sorry. Where was I? Yeah, the persuasive speaking techniques. So now let's move on to the next part, which is organizational structure. For individual presentation, you had several organizational structures. I do not know whether you remember, but one of them is chronological, and then you have the topical. I think you have problem solution. No, it's not problem solution. Cause and effect. Yeah, and other two more. So here, for persuasive oral presentation, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, problem solution order, problem cause solution order, criteria satisfaction, comparative advantages, and Monroe's motivated sequence. So let's look at the first one. Problem solution. You tell the audience that there is a problem with the current situation, and then give them the solution. Focus on solution to the problem. That's it. Yeah. The next one is more in depth. Yeah, I mean in depth. You talk about the problem. Tell them that the problem really exists. Tell them that you know the causes, and you explain to them the causes, and then give them the solution. So your solution is the one that you want to sell to them. Okay? Okay, the next one is criteria satisfaction. List the criteria used to evaluate a decision and show how products, services, or ideas meet those criteria. So criteria, you need to come up with your own criteria. For instance, if you want to compare two cars, yeah, you want to sell someone a car. You want to sell them a Continental car, okay? You need to make a comparison between not comparison, sorry. You need to tell them about certain criteria. For instance, I don't know much about cars. Okay, maybe how it looks like from the outside, the speed, okay, the liters, okay, like is it a 2.4? I don't know what that is, things like that. So those are the criteria. But remember what I said, don't talk about the features, but talk about what they will be benefiting from. Okay? Alright, sorry, I was interrupted. So we finished with the criteria satisfaction. And then this one here, this is about comparative advantages. That means you need to put several alternatives side by side and show the audience why yours is the best. Yeah, I'll explain more later about this.